Can y'all hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear. Can y'all hear me? Nicole, I can see you. Yo, good. Okay, we're gonna get started. Yes, Tiff, I made you a co-host. You should still be one. Let me see. Oh, record. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Yay. Okay.
I'm so excited.
Oh, we're excited. I don't know why I keep having technical difficulties with every Zoom. It'll be like, can't detect your microphone. I'm like, what? Why? Yay. Okay, y'all. I'm excited. We're going to get started. This girl has to be one of our most requested speakers. I looked back because when I asked the team, like, who do y'all want to hear from? A bunch had said you, and I'm like, well, I had her speak like 7 months ago, but okay, I guess that's a while ago. We'll do it again. So, yay, we're excited, Tiff.
Thank you for having me. I feel honored.
Aw, well, yay. Okay, so like 7 or so months ago, you did get share, but will you still tell us a little of your story? Because I know we've got like some new people on and stuff.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Then we can dive into some other stuff, but start by telling everyone a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm Tiffany Herr. I'm an ambassador. I got started actually 3.5 years ago. I was working at a mortgage company Monday through Friday. And I actually ended up, Stephen and I actually made a decision that one of us had to go back for a second job. And I obviously decided to go back because I had already served before, and it kind of just was, one of us was going to stay home, the other one would work. And I had already served before, so it was kind of like one of those things where, okay, if I'm working Monday through Friday, I can pick up on the weekends for serving. So I ended up picking up serving on the weekends, and I put that loosely because things started happening, like things would break down, or we needed more, diapers and wipes, and then I was picking up through the week. So anyway, I was working 7 days a week, and I just remember constantly at that time just getting videos from Steven, while I was serving. And like Fridays, I didn't even see Jackson. So there would be times when I'd go into work at, like, we'd get up at 6 a.m, get ready, and then I wouldn't get home on Friday night till midnight. Like, he would drop me off at work, or I would just go home really quick and grab my stuff, and then I'd leave, and I didn't get to see Jax. And so I cried a lot in the bathroom at Roadhouse, and at one point I was like, something's got to give. Like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. Like, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, working till midnight, standing on my feet all weekend, and then picking up through the week. And so Steven mentioned network marketing, and he didn't have anything specific. He just said, I've had friends that do this or this. And he's like, have you ever thought about doing that? And I was like, you know what? I really haven't. But what's shocking, and I just recently started adding this to my story because it's really weird that I never did, but I watched my mom do network marketing my entire life. Now, she wasn't like, major in it or anything, but it was just a side thing. So she did Mary Kay, and she did Arbonne, and she did all these things, purse parties and things like that. And so I always watched my mom hustle on the side. My mom's a nurse. And so she always did that. So we had extra money. So when I needed a 20 here and there, I put that loosely because it was like every day. My mom's like, seriously, another 20? What happened to your other 20? I'm like, I don't know. It's gone. I've already spent it. So long story short, he said, try to find something you think you'd really be good at or that you'd like to do. And I was like, all right, cool. So weirdly, the next day I'm on Facebook, and my enroller, Skylar, was posting about a drawing for a wrap. I entered the drawing. Of course, I didn't win. So she shot me over a message. Hey, girl, you didn't win the wrap, but you can still buy a wrap for $25. I was like, I don't even have $25 to spare. I was just trying to win a free one. So now at this point, she's on my radar. She didn't talk to me about the business, and I started seeing her post the income chart. Okay, and I'm sitting there thinking, what? A double diamond makes $6,000 a month? We would be rich if we were making that. Like, I was hyped, okay? So I'm thinking, I'm in. So I get on YouTube and I start watching videos of like Joel and Stephanie Dunn. And next thing you know, it's a Wednesday morning. I got my tax check. You guys, I couldn't pay for it without getting my tax check. So tax season is coming around. Make sure you're planting those seeds. And tax season came. I bought my kit at 9 o'clock in the morning, And my first week in the business, I signed like 17 loyal customers or something crazy like that. In 2 weeks of being in the business, I went ruby. In 30 days of being in the business, I went diamond and I got the $10,000 bonus. In 60 days of being in the business, I went double diamond and I got the $15,000 bonus. In 90 days of being in the business, I went triple diamond and I got the $25,000 bonus. At this point, I'm like, what is going on right now? I just joined for an extra $500 a month, and all I want to be is a double, because a double makes $6,000 a month. And all I'm saying is, if I'm making $6,000 a month, I'm rich. Okay, so I'm like hyped. I'm like, I'm a double now. I'm a triple. Like, what is going on? So anyway, I ended up being able to quit my part-time job, which is why I joined. You guys, I want to say something. I was dead set. I never was going to quit, ever. Like, I was so dead set. I'm never going to quit my corporate job, blah, blah, blah. Okay, like a couple months later, it was like in September, I literally quit my job. Everybody was like, you're seriously working at your corporate job still for $14 an hour and you're making over $10,000 a month? Girl, what is wrong with you? I was like, oh my, it was literally a Sunday and I'm like, why am I going to work tomorrow? So my fiance quit too, quit the same day, you guys. We had no fear ever. We were not scared to quit. We were excited to go all in. We went presidential diamond in our 1-year anniversary and got the $100,000 double good bonus. And then our 2nd year anniversary, we hit ambassador diamond and got the $150,000 good bonus. We paid off over like $30,000 in debt, which is literally all I had. I'm so debt free, which is crazy. It's just crazy to think about this. I was able to buy my first car without my dad signing for me. You want to talk about a moment? I called my dad, like, I just bought a car. You didn't have to sign for me. Things are looking up. He's like, that's awesome. I'm so pumped. And I've met my absolute best friends because of this business. My attitude has changed. I used to be a very black and white person, didn't really see sides. I just was very like narrow-minded. And now it's like I have this open world and I'm like, I see all sides and I want to be friends with everybody and I want to make people happy. And it's been the biggest game changer. And I joined for $500 a month to quit my part-time job. I didn't know that I was going to make a bunch of friends, get closer to the Lord, be able to pay off all this debt and so on and so forth. So, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom with both of my kids. So it's just a very, very big blessing.
I love that. I mean, there's no, denying that that's crazy inspiring. That, you fast, promoted, earn these bonuses, and you joined with a huge why. So Tiffany, when you joined, you obviously were somewhat determined, you were in a situation. So how did you first get going? If you think of yourself as a distributor and you're like, okay, you join and you're like, okay, I'm going ruby, double was a big goal. What did you do? Did you start messaging people? Were you having rap parties? Were you posting? Were you calling? What did you do? You obviously had that fire, which you still have. So that's huge. I know that had to attract people to you, but how did you start building that? I don't know, distributor to diamond in that first, what was it, 1 month? Did you say 1 month?
30 days, yeah.
30 days, which is just nuts. Okay.
Yeah. I still think it's nuts. I don't even know what happened. The first 90 days in this business, guys, I don't even remember. They're like, tell me what you did. I'm like, no idea. But seriously, it's like a blackout. I'm like, what did I do the first 90 days? I'm kidding. Okay, so just got signed up. Literally, Skylar calls me. I signed up that day. Literally got on, did my training academy. So what was it back then, like an hour or something? 2 hours maybe? I don't know. Something along those lines. Got on there, did my training academy. First thing I did, made a post. And then an hour later, made a post. And then the next hour, made a post. Guys, I posted, I'm not going to lie, may have went a little worked for me, but I did it. To the point that people were messaging me the first day, actually the first week, and they were like, hey girl, I think your Facebook got hacked. You have all these belly pictures all over your Facebook. And I was like, no girl, that's my new business. It's a wrap. And they were like, what's a wrap? And I'm like, you need it. It tightens toes the first 49 days. They were like, yeah, girl, get me signed up for that. And I was like, let's do it. So I just started posting like crazy. And then I started messaging people. Okay. And I wasn't even giving people an option. I was literally saying, hey girl, I just signed up for this business. I have this really amazing wrap and I have a few other amazing products. Would you check them out and be one of my first loyal customers? Like when you first get started, you have to teach your new people that you're not asking people, you're telling people, I need you to be my loyal customer. Please support me. Like this is your time as a person to say, I need you to support me. That's it. And as an entrepreneur in general, you need support. You do. So no matter if it's they're supporting you in your mind and helping you, whatever it is, you need a support system. So you start off by saying, I need you to support me. Is there any way you could check out some of the products? We have, a million products that are even under $30. Will you at least look at them and be one of my loyal customers for the next, 90 days? After that, you're a loyal customer for life. If you want to get off, you can. If not, but obviously you keep really good care of them and you'll have loyal stuff to stay on forever. So, got on there, started posting, started messaging and telling people, not asking. Then the next thing, 1 week into my business, wrap party. I'm telling you right now, if you do not party, you are missing out on opportunities to get in front of people that you've never gotten in front of. And the same thing, when people say, I can't get people to host a party for me, you're not asking them, you're telling them, hey girl, next Saturday, I'm going to bring all my stuff over with wine and all, and cheese and all this other stuff and all my products. And we're going to have a sip and sample party. Can you invite 4 of your friends over? Like your friends should be like, okay, yeah. And if they say no, you say, come on girl, what have I done for you? If you need to pull out some stuff, do it. Pull it out of the bag. Let them know. I've done this for you. You're going to do something for me. Sometimes you got to do that, and that's what it's about. So anyway, you're asking people. Is that not the number one thing we teach people? You have to ask. If you don't ask, it's always a no. You don't know if someone's going to say no. And honestly, when you ask for parties too, you just say like, girl, listen, they're so much fun. We're going to sample a bunch of stuff. I bring everything. You just got to invite friends. All you need is water. That's it. And then, like I said, you don't have to bring that stuff, but if you know people are going to come because you have some wine and, some cheese and crackers or something, bring that. Ask them if they want to host that. And then just make these girls feel like you're coming to just make them feel good. Like they're going to come relax, sip on some samples, drink some wine, gossip, whatever you want to do, and have fun. Like that's what it's about. So asking, not telling. Had my wrap party within my first week. Started messaging people, started asking, when I was getting to parties, I was sealing the deal right there. I was not letting people walk out the door. Like I would get done and I would individually walk up to them and say, so what are you going to do today? Are you going to be a loyal customer or distributor? They were like, well, I was looking, and I'm like, let me see what products you picked out of your catalog. Because I make people circle 5 products that they're interested in trying. So they can't just circle 3. I want them to do 5. Because then I can say if they have a price point, I can kind of go off the price point. Right? So they've got 5 and not just 3. So basically that's what my first month looked like. I had probably 3 to 4 wrap parties a week in my first month. So I think I had, I'm not kidding, my first month in the business, I probably had 12 wrap parties in my first month.
And
I had never tried any products either, you guys. Some of you are probably thinking, oh, she tried products before. Nope, never tried them, knew nothing about it works. My thing was, if I joined a business for $100 that I didn't have, I'm not going to sit on it, and I'm not going to expect things to come to me, and I'm going to be all in. Because some of you on here right now, you're about 99.9. And just so you know, everyone around you can feel the 0.01% that you're not in. So you're either in the business or you're not in the business. Why are you in a business when you're not 100% in? You either love all the products or you don't love all the products. You either love the company you're in, you don't love the company you're in. You don't get to be in between and wishy-washy. That's the last thing. So I was all in. People didn't know that I hadn't tried a product. People didn't know that I had never, done anything like this before. They just knew that I was excited for what I had my hands on, and excitement feeds energy, and it feeds passion, and it feeds people. Like people love it. They're like, this girl's crazy and I just want to buy from her. She's crazy. Like, I don't even know what she's talking about. One time I signed up a distributor and she was like, I don't even know what you just said. She signed up with me. The next morning she called me and she's like, I literally want to quit. I don't even know why I signed up. I don't even know what I'm doing. I was like, you're not quitting. Like, You're going to stay in. But she had no idea what just happened. I just blew her mind. And she was like, all right, sign me up. Like I had her like so focused. I was like, we're going to get in. We're going to get all these things. And I had people hyped. So really, if you're asking me truly, what was it? My energy, my love for the business already. Because I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm writing my paycheck. You guys, every day you are writing your paycheck. I didn't get to do that with my corporate job. I didn't get to do that with my serving job. So when someone told me you can make $6,000 or more, like that's just an average, I was like, well, I'm going to be above average. I'm not going to be average. I don't want just 6,000. I mean, I really did just want 6. Like, I was like, that's rich money right there. Really, seriously. I'm not kidding. I was hyped for that. And I still am. Like, I'm like, $6,000? Oh my God. So that's my first month looked like a lot of rap parties, a lot of consistency in posting, a lot of messaging and talking, and a lot of asking, or a lot of telling, not asking. That's what my first month looked like.
So what would you say to someone, so you came in working, you were already working, that's like, I just don't have time. I'm working this job. I've got all these kids. I can't do this like all day. You obviously weren't able to do it from morning to night. Because I know sometimes I feel like people might see the stay-at-home mom or someone that's full-time with it. And they're like, well, yeah, you have time to do this. But you were working. Like you said, you were triple diamond, still getting your full-time job, working. So probably 40 hours a week. So what were you doing, Tiffany? When were you doing it? Like walk us through that. Because that's probably one of the number one things I hear is, I don't know how to do it when I'm working, or, I just got school started. I'm teaching full time. Tell me, like, what would you say? How can you do it?
Okay, so a few things. Number one, excuse. That's an excuse. Why did you join the business anyway? If you literally joined a business, you now have a business, and now you're telling me that you don't have time for the business. Why did you join the business? I'm not sure why. That's an excuse. So drop your excuse. Number two, figure out what your reasoning is. Why did you even join? Seriously, you need to have that in the back of your mind every day. Why did you join? Let me tell you something. There are two people in the business. There are people that join the business because they have goals and dreams. And then there are people who don't want to be where they're at, stuck anymore. Mine was, I did not want to work 2 jobs 7 days a week for the rest of my life. So what drove me was, if I have to do this for the next, some of you guys are so near, like people are so, not even just you, everybody, most people are so like, it's like a telescope. They're so narrow-minded on their goals and dreams that all they can focus on is today and tomorrow and not what their future is. So for me, it was like, holy crap, if I can work this for 5 years and make ambassador income, oh my gosh, I'll never be able to do that in my corporate job. And then I also thought, I do not want to work 2 jobs 7 days a week for the next 50 years. I'm only 27. So let's say I pass away a little bit before I'm 80. I have 50 more years of this. So some of you that are on here today, you need to look at your age and you need to look what you're doing, and you need to figure out if you want to be doing that same thing for that many more years. That's what you should be thinking about. That's what should be driving you. So it's an excuse when you say, I don't have time. Guess what? I was working 2 jobs 7 days a week and doing this. I had a kid. I had a house. I have a fiance. I had dogs. And I still made it work. You know what I did? I got up an hour early before my son woke up. I went to bed an hour later than my son because I knew I had an opportunity on my hands to, and now when I'm thinking about this, I'm like, man, like I really was so driven, like when I first started. And it's like, I guess I'm not saying I don't know how I was so driven, but I really believe that it was me thinking like, I can't do this. I am drained. And if I can find something where I can quit my part-time job and just do it on the side, then whatever. And really my upline was a double diamond, okay? So I keep bringing that up, but seriously, she's a double diamond making $6,000, and I'm sitting there thinking, if she can do this, no offense, I can do it, okay? I'm not conceited, I'm just saying, like, if she can do it, I can do it. And you should be thinking that about me too. I'm just a normal human being, okay? I'd never tried the product before, knew nothing about the company. I was just excited and passionate. So if you want this business, then make time for it. That is an excuse. I told someone the other day, I'm not kidding, just about a month ago, someone goes, said something that I was like, yeah, I've gained a little bit of my weight back that I lost after I had Kenzie and went down in my weight really fast. I gained a little bit of it back. And I said, but really it's just my fault because I haven't even tried to like work out or anything with it. And they go, oh, so you just don't have any time? I said, no, I have time. They're like, what? And I'm like, I have time to work out. It's just an excuse. I just don't want to. Like, I'm honest with myself. So many people don't want to be honest, but some of you need to be more honest with yourself. You either want the business or you don't want the business. You either want to work out or you don't want to work out. So recently, I made it a commitment and a priority to work out. So I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then any time in between that I can go to my bar classes. But so now when someone says, do you have time? I'm like, I do have time and I make time for it. But before, I had time. I just didn't want to because I was lazy. So some of you on here, unfortunately, it sucks to hear this, but you might be being a little lazy. You need to get up off your rear and go work. Go to work. You guys, I've been doing a lot of power hours recently, okay? A lot of them. Because I get more done in a power hour than I do at all throughout the entire day, okay? I'll get on with my team at night. I get on there. I give them tasks. We have so much fun. We listen to music, gospel, you know, Destiny's Child. Like, we just get on there and clown and have such a good time. We cheer each other on when someone gets a message back or a loyal customer or whatever. But power hours are so awesome. If you just get up for an hour before you go, you need to go off and do whatever you need to do, and then you go to bed 1 hour later and you truly work your business for that 1 full hour, no ifs, ands, or buts, nothing going on around you, you will probably get more done than somebody who sits on their phone all day and scrolls and thinks that that's getting them money. Posting doesn't make you money. It Works doesn't go, hey, if you post 6 times today, I'm going to pay you 10 cents per post. We don't get paid for posting. We get paid for asking. You sell things, okay? And some people are disgusted, and I'm like going ham right now, and I'm like way off the subject here, but I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Some people are disgusted by the word sales, but just so you guys know, salespeople make the most money in the world. So why are we ashamed of being salespeople? Being a salesperson is amazing. You know why? Because being in sales means you're writing your own check. You get to make however much you want at all times. So stop being scared to say, I sell things. You can say share, whatever you want to do, but being a salesperson is not a dirty word. It's a good thing. My dad's always taught me that. My dad's been a salesman for his whole life, and he literally has always told me, being a salesman is not a dirty thing. He's like, I've made more money being a salesman than I've ever made in any other business that I've ever done. So if you want this business, you guys, make time for it. Stop making excuses. You join this business to be a business, to be, whatever, a business, entrepreneur. You make time for it. Like, I don't know what else to say besides you're just making excuses, and clearly your why is not strong enough because you just don't care.
Yeah, no, and that's true. You do. You make time for the things you care about. And I think that we've seen that with busy people joining, like whether you're busy, whether you're not busy, like if it's something you want to do, you're going to figure out how to do it, and
Yeah.
kind of giving up the good for the great. Woke up an hour earlier, stayed up an hour later, probably gave up some TV shows and things to work the business because you knew it would pay off.
Yeah.
Tiffany, so tell us this. So like, not only did you, promote, to diamond fast, double fast, triple fast, you win ambassador, but you're still, you're a top income earner in the company. So a lot of times people want to know what, and even I'm curious, and I know, I feel like if you're like most people, no day looks the same, but what are kind of like those like non-negotiables? Like if you're like, okay, this is what I do to grow my business. This is what I want to be, a day to look like. Can you give us something like that?
Yeah. I would say, like, I wake up in the morning time, and obviously the first thing I'll do is and let me tell you something, I do schedule time for my kids and getting them breakfast and that stuff before I do anything on my phone. So I wake up in the morning time, spend time with Steven and the kids. We have breakfast together. We get them off to preschool if they go that day. And then if not, normally around like 9 or 10, I'll try to make my first post. And then I'll normally spend about an hour right then and there for 5 minutes. If you guys want to write these down, these are just some of the tasks that I do, and I can actually give them to you right now. Let me pull them up. This is about my day-to-day for my tasks. So sorry, I'm trying to search my thing here so I can tell you guys. Okay, let's see, power hour. Thought I had it written down. Okay, so my power hour timeline recently, it changes here and there. The first 5 minutes is liking and commenting on the current people that I'm following. So I don't know if you guys, I'll just like try to pause in between so you guys don't miss it.
Mm-hmm.
The next 10 minutes is adding to my network on Instagram strictly. So just on Instagram, so which means I'm adding new people to follow. The next 10 minutes after that is messaging as many people as possible on Instagram. And my basic message that I send, it's one sentence. Hey girl, I seriously think that you'd be amazing at what I do. And no, I'm not kidding. And no, I'm not just telling you that to just get it off my chest. Like, that's literally what I said. I get way more responses from one sentence than I do a paragraph that looks like this that explains what I do. You can explain that when they answer you. Like, they don't need to know right off the bat. So, hey girl, I think you'd be amazing at what I do. Or, oh my gosh, girl, you need to be on my team. You'd be amazing.
Love it. Okay.
Then the next 10 minutes is adding on Facebook. And recently I've learned something really cool, so I want to share it with you guys. One of my presidential diamonds on my team, and some of you guys may know this, so this might be like stupid, but I didn't know this. I was on Facebook, and if you go to your own profile on Facebook, and then you go to your friends, and this is only on a desktop that you can do this, you guys. So if you want to try it out, like when you get off of here, go on your desktop, go to your profile, go to click friends, and then on the far right, bottom, you're going to see that you can actually put things in a search bar. You can put hometown, you can put the state, the city, whatever you want in that little area, and you can add people that are around you, that are local, which is so cool, I think. Or you can pick a city. I mean, you may think, I want a couple girls over in, Massachusetts, so I'm going to go add some people from Massachusetts. Whatever you want to do it. So that's a little tip for Facebook. So that's 10 minutes of adding on Facebook. Obviously be very, very careful, okay? Because Facebook is a lot quicker to put you like in jail if you're adding too many people or adding people that you don't know. So just be careful. Then the next 5 minutes is liking and commenting on Facebook. So spending a little time interacting with your people on Facebook. A lot more comments than likes. I'd like to add that onto there. So more comments than likes, because that just says a little bit more, I think. The next 10 minutes are messaging on Facebook. The next 5 minutes is following up with new distributors. So just checking up, saying, hey girl, just wanted to check on you, make sure everything's going good. If you needed anything from me, please let me know. I'm here for you anytime. Just something to let them know that you're there for them. Ask them, always asking them how everything's going. And then the last 5 minutes is following up with current loyal customers. So if you need to, you'll just log into your eSuite and obviously go to loyal customers, and you can do a little bit of a follow-up.
Yeah, no, that's great. So I love that. I love how that's income producing things. It's growing your network. Yes, you're posting to show your store is open, but you're not just leaving it at that. You're getting out there. You're asking if they want to try the product, want to try the business, and interacting. Because I know that I've had someone recently, say, I post and nobody's liking any of my stuff. And it's like my question then to them is, well, are you out there liking and commenting on other people's stuff? Because what I learned is when I'm more active and I'm commenting and liking on people's stuff on Instagram or whatever, even though to me sometimes it was like, oh, am I wasting time? But you do it 5-10 minutes, it's not wasting time. Scrolling is wasting time,
Yes.
It ups stuff. So I love that. I love that, Tiffany. Okay. And so you're doing that. What would you say to somebody that's like, well, I'm a year in, I'm 2 years in, I feel like, my network, it's feeling like it's getting more tapped and there's not as many people. What's your response to something like that?
Add more people. My warm market is tapped. So I'm with you. I get it, but it just means you have to add more people. I'm there too. Like, my warm market is gonzo. So I'm literally having to start from square one and add new people and interact with new people and talk to new people. Like, I have to do it too, but it's all a part of the process, you guys. That's a part of your job, your network marketing business. That's what we do. If you feel like you're doing the same things. Well, you probably are, but that's normal in a business. If you want to switch it up a little bit, go work your business at a park, or I don't know, switch up where you're doing it at. If you feel like you're bored, but like Pam Sauter says, if you're bored, you're a boring person. So I just feel like, I get it. It is frustrating, especially when your warm market's gone and you feel like you're posting and no one's liking your stuff. But you guys, I'm an ambassador and I have people liking, literally, on my Instagram, I will post like a picture of my kids and get 400 likes. And then I'll post a picture of keto coffee and get 5. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Can I get some love around here for my keto coffee? Some is the bomb. I'm all hyped up, but it's just going to happen. It's just a part of business. You're adding people all the time. Sometimes, some months you're planting a lot of seeds. Some months you're really sprouting those and you're getting them. So it's just all part of the business.
Tell me this, how do you overcome, you sign up somebody on your team, you're so excited, and all of a sudden they're not doing anything, or they quit, or they go to another company, or something like that. How do you deal with that? Like, how do you not take it personally? How do you keep, how do you keep that kind of thing from affecting you? Because it is a business and people are people.
Yeah, that's true. That I've had to learn that recently, actually. So I'm happy you just said that. People are people. People are going to hurt you. People are going to leave. People are going to not work their business. And then there are going to be the people who do work their business and all of a sudden they don't. And you're like, what? And you want it for them more than they do. That is just, once again, a part of this business. But what I feel like, and what I always try to remind myself, is when one person leaves, one person comes in. And God's blessing and releasing that person because there's somebody better that's going to come. I'm sorry, that's mean, but it's true. Like, God's got somebody that he's going to put in your position, and that person's actually going to want it and need it. You need to bless the people that don't want to be in it anymore. Let them go. Don't drag them, because you are already having to give yourself all the time. You're going to literally be at 0 24/7 trying to pull people who don't want the business. So let them go. Like, let them do what they want. If they want to come back, guess what? You'll be there with open arms ready to bring them back. Okay? But otherwise, I don't know what else to say besides it's just a part of the business and it's going to happen. Bless and release them, and know that there are other people that are going to come in that do want it, but there are going to be a lot that don't. You cannot see the vision for them. So all you keep doing is seeing the vision for yourself. And what you do by inspiring your team is leading by example and showing vision that you want for you. Do not get wrapped up in your team's dreams and stuff like that. You've got to stay focused. And I'm not saying don't help them. I'm just saying you've got to stay a stethoscope. Like, you've got to be just looking straight ahead at, your vision. So your team's looking at you going, man, she is focused. She is driven. She is on it. She is hot. Like, she's hot right now. Like, she is feeling this business. Like, that's what inspires people. I'm telling you what, when I see like Stephanie Dunn signing all these people all the time, I'm like, dude, like, the girl gets me hyped. Like, there's a lot of people that get me hyped, but I'm just thinking, like, and then there's other people who are constantly just on all day long inspiring you. And it's like, that's great. And I appreciate it, but I'm trying to do that. Like, show me how to do the action over here. Show me how to make some money. So what is going to inspire your team and what's going to get your team moving and shaking is you being the leader that they need, which is constantly staying focused on your goals and your dreams, helping them see their vision too, and then you guys running together to your goals together, but not losing sight of yours. The worst thing you can do is get in management mode in this business. When you do that, done. You're not getting it back. It's going to be hard.
No, I love that. And I love that. And it's true. And I always say the pace of the leader is the pace of the pack. So when you're out there, you want your team to run, start running. Show them by having the rap parties. Show them, like, live out loud. Show them when you're blitzing. Like, be that example so they can see, scream out loud when you're signing a customer distributor on your team page so they can see, it can be done. I think that's huge in creating that momentum. Okay, some of the diamonds were messaging me some questions, so I was seeing if there's anything we hadn't covered.
Okay.
What would you say to someone when they're like, if someone was trying to decide between two companies, why it works? What is your reasons for, like, I have a ton I can think about the top of my head, but like when someone says to you, why it works, Tiffany?
Well, I would say, oh my gosh, like you said, I've got a lot of reasons why. There were a bunch of reasons why I chose It Works. Number one, signature product, the wrap. I'm diehard the wrap. Like, My love for the wrap, I'm not kidding when I say this is my favorite product we have, hands down. If you're getting a wrap on people and people are getting immediate results, they're losing their minds because they're like, this is insane. So we have our signature product. Number 2, we don't have to ship anything. It works, ships for us. That is huge. I used to watch my mom bring in boxes of makeup and have to put them in bags and then put them in a box and then make the label and then ship it out or deliver it to house. Like, just thinking of that, I'm like, oh my God, I would lose my mind. Lose it. So I love the fact that we don't have to ship anything. I love the fact that we don't have to have product on hand. I love the fact that we don't have to run our business with any time. We can run our business for free. You sell a wrap, covers your website. You run 150 PBV, and I don't know how your team works, so I'm not going to go too much into that. I'm just saying that is an option too, if you're there and you don't feel like you can make it yet. We have so many ways. So running your business literally for free, you can run a multi-million-dollar business for free. I mean, we're a Christian-based company. We're a debt-free company. Need I say more? I'm going on and on, but seriously, those are the reasons why I personally chose It Works. I love the fact too that we have a product for everybody. Y'all need to be excited because health and wellness is never going out of style. Unfortunately, we live in a world where all people care about is their looks. And so people always want to feel good, look good, and find something that's going to give them immediate gratification results. Like our keto coffee, our wrap, fat fighters, all these things that we have. We have supplements, we have a contour line, we have our, essential oils, we have our energy, we have our coffee. I mean, guys, we are it. So tell people and explain to people why we are it. And that's because we have something for everybody. We have a product for someone who's 18 years old to someone who's 65 years old. I'm just saying we have a product for everybody, and that's what gets me excited. I'm always going to be in business.
Yeah, no, and that's so true. I mean, that is like, people will spend almost anything to feel good about themselves. Like, I will wear Target clothes, Walmart clothes, but I want to feel like, I want to feel good about myself. Like, I want to tighten up my stomach. I want to feel okay in a bathing suit. Like, I don't want wrinkles. Like, or whatever. Like, I'm like, I would eat ramen noodles, but if I can have, a wrinkle-free face, no, but that wouldn't help the stomach.
And sign me up for that.
Sign me up, but it's true, the health and wellness. I think that's huge.
It is, yes.
Okay, I'm almost scared to ask this question because I know you're going to have a for sure real answer, but someone had said, what do you do when, like, you've been in a funk or, you stop the business? How do you get going again? So maybe there's someone they're on here and they're like, they were doing great. Maybe they just stopped. Maybe they lost a rank or they just, what would you say to someone that's like, okay, I want to get going again. Where do I start? Some stuff has crumbled. Or maybe they joined, another side would be maybe they joined and never got going, but they're like, I'm ready to get going. What would you say?
I would say go. You're overthinking it. Seriously, you're overthinking it. I know what you're thinking too. You're on here, anyone that's on here right now, and you're thinking you want to start again, you've kind of quit, but you don't know where to start, and you're afraid everyone's going to judge you. I just had this conversation. My distributor, she quit, she was killing it, came back, and she said, what do I do? How do I get started? And I said, dude, you're overthinking it. Make a post. She was like, I know. And I said, you know what? You know how to make posts? She was like, well, yeah. And I said, okay, so what's holding you back? Something else is holding you back. She said, I'm scared of what other people are going to think because I quit and then I'm coming back. And I said, nobody knew that you quit.
Yeah, so true.
Nobody knows you weren't in business. How did they know you weren't out working your business just talking to people and not just doing it on social media? And she was like, oh yeah, okay. I said, stop worrying about what other people think. They don't know that you quit. They don't know that you're in a funk. All they know is that you had to post about it in a couple minutes, but you're back on your game and you're ready to go. So all I can say to somebody that's on here right now that wants to get going again, go. And when I say go, make a list tonight, the power hour, whatever it is, of 6 non-negotiables, and make sure tomorrow you accomplish those non-negotiables. And that's how you're going to start. And do that every day for 21 days. 21 days makes a, whatever it's called. So you'll never stop doing it.
Yeah, it creates a habit. Is it a habit?
Creates a habit. Yeah, that's good. There we go.
21 days. No, that's good. Okay, and then a couple of the girls were asking, and I almost even hate this question because I feel like everybody's so different and does it different, but like, how many times do you post a day? Like, do you do 1 power hour a day? Do you do 2? What do you do for those ones?
Instagram, honestly, I probably post once or twice
a day.
Because I get hot tamales from that. But let me tell you something, okay? My Instagram may only have one post for the day, but you know what doesn't have one post? My story. So my story is just full of stuff, me being active, target, whatever. And then normally I have a poll. My biggest thing is a poll, and I normally do 2 polls a day. Is anyone on my timeline stressed today? And then I'll follow up. When they say yes, I go to the poll and I follow up with, okay, girl, you need confianza. And I tell them why. And then they normally sign up on the spot. But I do polls, but I'm very, very active on my story. So, and even if I do just a day of me and then the next day strictly it works, they're going to want to look at my stuff because the day before I had my kids, I was doing all these things. Now they're looking at my stuff and they're like, wait, I did see you that you were doing that. What is that? So, Instagram's a little different. Now, Facebook, I probably post like 4 to 6 times a day. So Facebook's just so much different than Instagram though. Instagram is like how everything looks, which picture is like, I feel like it's a deep process. But on a story, you can have fun with it. Have fun. Get on there and post everything you do. And people are going to watch your story. I promise that. I have more people watch my story than like my posts. So awesome. I recommend doing your story.
Utilizing the stories, that's huge. That's
yes.
Okay. I think I'm making sure there wasn't anything I forget. So what would be something you would say to someone? So right now we've got the points. It's you get the points, you can earn Christmas cash, at conference, the whole, well, actually I should have you say something about conference too. But so the last 2 questions, the very last 2 would be someone that's going for points. What would you tell them to get out there and do to get some points? And then why is conference important, Tiffany?
The first one I would say build a Ruby. And why I say that is because you're going to make $1,200 in just bonuses when you build a Ruby this month. $1,200 just from fast starts, just from Christmas cash. Build a Ruby. Print a Ruby chart out. I don't care if you're diamond and above, if you're emerald, or if you're a Ruby, or if you're executive, whatever position you're at. Print a Ruby chart out and look at it, and it's empty. And they're going to be like, this is empty. I've got however many days left, 15 days of the month, 16 days in the month. I need to fill this. Okay. So for me, Christmas cash, I'm telling my team, build a Ruby. Go find a distributor, and then go find another distributor, and then go find another distributor. You know what that entails? Messaging, talking to new people. So that's why I'm doing a lot of power hours, because I'm really trying to get my team in front of their network, because I know they're not doing what you say they're doing, because they're not accomplishing, things that I know that they should be accomplishing. Just saying. As far as conference goes, you go to conference because it's just like going to, someone says, and I'm saying this because I'm like this. There are Sundays where I'm too tired to go to church. Okay, just being honest, being real. And I'll watch a sermon on my phone or on the big screen. And then the next week I'll go to church and I'm like, woo, I'm feeling good. Like I'm feeling rejuvenated. I swear God was in the room and he was telling me, he was looking at me while I was at church. I'm like, what are you talking to me? Is it like, where are you, God? Like every time I go to church, I'm like, where's God? Get him out here. He's telling me a story. He's trying to talk to me. Like I'm looking around like, he's not talking to you, he's talking to me. I know it. And I'm freaking out. Like I'll never forget the first time I went to church. I just got to tell the story really quick before we get off here. And I'm going to go obviously into why you go to conference. But my first time that I went to, not the first time, but we were trying out a new church. And ever since my family moved to New Jersey, we had a really small church in New Jersey. And we were really close there and very active. And then we moved to Indiana. My parents never found a church. I mean, they went to church, but they kind of just hopped, but never found a home, like something where they felt like they wanted to give their time. Just, it was crazy. And one day this church popped up, and my friends and I were having just a hard time with like peer pressure and stuff at school. And I'm not kidding, literally on a Friday at school, I looked at my girlfriends at lunch and I said, would you guys want to go to church with me on Sunday? And they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we'll go to church. Like, let's all go to church. And they were like rolling their eyes like, okay. So I get to church, okay? I'm not exaggerating. Get to church. And my parents don't even know that we went. They thought we were just, you know what I mean? Like we were out probably on Saturday and then sleeping in on Sunday, right? So we all get up, we get ready, we go to church by ourselves. It's 5 of us girls. And we get there, and the pastor, not even kidding, starts talking about peer pressure. And I'm like, get out of I'm like, okay. My mom called him. He's playing this whole sermon on Friday night because my mom called him, and she knew I was coming here. Like, no way. So I'm looking around. I'm bawling my eyes out because I'm like, what is going on? And my friends are crying. We're all crying. And I'm like, and it was just the power, like the emotion, the energy that I felt. Everyone around me loves the Lord, and we're there because of him, and that's why you go to church, because you need to feel that energy and the passion and the drive. That's why you go to conference, because you don't get to watch pay-per-view and sit at your home and be distracted by all these things. You don't feel any energy. Yeah, maybe you're a little excited, but when you sit down next to somebody and they tell you their why and it makes you cry, or you talk to somebody and they're so powerful, you're like, I want to be just like that. Whatever it is, you get around all these people who have the same goals and dreams as you do with their business. You know how powerful that is to know that you're not alone? That's why you go to events. And if you feel like, let me tell you something, you feel like you need some energy and you feel like you don't want to go anymore, you're tired, you're drained, maybe you're on here tonight and you're just feeling like, I don't even know if this is for me anymore, get to an event. Your mind will change. When I get in a slump, you know what I do? I get my butt up out of bed, I get ready, and I go to an event. Because when I go to an event, someone in there says something that I need to hear, and I'm back on fire again, and no one's going to stop me. So I don't care how lame and stupid that sounds when I say get to an event. We say this to you guys. We're not just saying it to say it. Like, I'm not trying to say things to you guys a million times so I can't breathe anymore. Like, I'm blue in the face. I'm just telling you because I mean that. I've been there. I've been drained and tired and physically and emotionally back down to 0, and I needed to get back up to 100. You know what I did? I got to a mini boot camp, and then someone came up to me and told me their story, and I cried and they cried. And I'm like, this is why I do what I do. Because there are moms out there that are crying themselves to sleep right now before they go to bed because they can't afford formula, wipes, diapers. They don't even know how they're going to pay their gas bill this month. Some people are so late and behind on their bills that they're not even sure that they're going to make the next month, and that everything's going to be shut out, or that they're going to get evicted, or whatever it is. There's someone out there right now just like that. Yeah. And you are the person that's going to save them.
No, I love
so I'm telling you what, if you don't have passion after this, I don't know where you're going to find your passion from, because that's what gets me excited. That's what gets me up every single morning, is knowing that there's someone just like me who is living paycheck to paycheck, crying themselves at work or asleep or wherever, looking for a different way. You have that opportunity, and shame on you if you don't share.
No, I mean, that's so true. And it's so crazy because, even with you, someone probably looking on the outside, they may not have known your situation or where you guys were. Thank goodness, Skylar was posting, was doing right. It's so true. You don't ever know what anyone's facing. You don't know what they need with the business, with the products, with just the relationship, like how truly life-changing it can be. I love that. And it's so true. The best thing you can do is get to an event. If you don't think you can afford to go, if you don't think you should go, that probably means you need to be there.
Yes.
Oh, what? John's up here. John's like, I feel like I need to go do something.
Tell John that Steven loves him. We were just talking about him today.
Say hi.
Hi, John.
Oh, no, I love that. Oh, Tiff, thank you. Our cups are full. I mean, yeah, that was so good. So many nuggets. For those of you that have messaged me, I'll post on the team page. I've got your Tiff's Power Hour of everything that you said. So I love that. Thank you, girlfriend, so much.
Thank you for having me. We love you. Thank you, guys.
Love y'all. Okay, everyone have a good night. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.